I just rode over 400 miles in 45 days testing electric bikes at every price point. And I'm about to save you from making a purchase you will seriously regret. Because while everyone is obsessing over brand names and spec sheets, there are 5 e-bikes on the market right now that tell a completely different story. And one of them costs less than a weekend trip to Vegas while doing something the $12,000 bikes can't. But here's what nobody's warning you about. 2 of these models have price increases confirmed for next quarter. One of them has a firmware update dropping in 3 weeks that completely unlocks its top speed. And the #1 pick on this list? The bike industry doesn't want you to know it exists. Stay with me because the comparison at minute 8 is going to change the way you think about e-bikes forever. Here's how we're doing this. 5 bikes, ranked 5 to 1. Each one wins at something specific. Each one has a fatal flaw. I'm telling you both. No sponsorships, no affiliate bias, just the truth. Number 5, 2026 Specialized S-Works Turbo Levo 4 LTD electric mountain bike. Let's start at the top of the mountain. Literally, the 2026 Specialized S-Works Turbo Levo 4 LTD is what happens when an engineering team has an unlimited budget and zero interest in compromise. This is the Ferrari of electric mountain bikes, and it rides exactly like you'd expect that to feel. The new Turbo Full Power SL 2.1 motor delivers 90 Newton-meters of torque, and the integration is so seamless you almost forget the motor exists until you hit a 25% grade, and suddenly you're floating uphill like the laws of physics are optional. Specialized redesigned the frame geometry for 2026 with a lower center of gravity and updated Fox suspension that eats technical terrain for breakfast. The RockShox Pike fork up front and custom Fox float rear shock give you 150 millimeters of travel, and on the trail, they feel like riding on controlled chaos. Everything absorbs, nothing rattles. The SRAM XX Eagle XS wireless drivetrain shifts flawlessly every single time. I tested it in mud, rain, and 95-degree heat, and I never got a missed shift, not once. The carbon frame is so light that without the motor, you'd swear this was a standard trail bike. Now, here's the reality check. This bike costs $13,500. That's not a typo. $13,500. For that money, you could buy every other bike on this list and still have enough left over for a very nice helmet. The range tops out at around 65 miles in trail mode, which sounds fine until you realize aggressive riding in turbo mode cuts that closer to 35 miles. And here's the thing. The LTD colorway is a limited production run. If you want it, you need to move now, because once that allocation sells through, it's gone. Who is this for? Dedicated trail riders who want the absolute pinnacle of what electric mountain biking can be and have the budget to match. For everyone else, keep watching. Number 4, Flex Folding Electric Bicycle. From $13,500 to something that's going to make you do a double take. The Flex Folding Electric Bike is what happens when a company decides that portability isn't a compromise. It's the entire product. This bike folds down to roughly the size of a large suitcase in under 15 seconds. I timed it obsessively. 15 seconds flat, start to finish. That means you can throw it in the trunk of a sedan, roll it onto a subway, store it under your desk, and take it into your apartment without your landlord knowing you even have a bike. That is a legitimate superpower for urban commuters. The 350-watt rear hub motor won't win any drag races, but for city riding, it's more than enough. Throttle response is smooth. The pedal assist has 5 levels that actually feel meaningfully different from each other, and the top speed of 20 miles per hour keeps you moving with traffic in most bike lane situations. The 36-volt 10.4 amp-hour battery delivers a real-world range of around 25 to 30 miles on a single charge. Tested over actual city blocks with stops, starts, and hills, not manufacturer lab conditions. Here's what surprised me most: the ride quality. Folding bikes have a reputation for feeling flimsy and sketchy at speed. The Flex doesn't. The frame is stiff. The 20-inch tires absorb pavement cracks better than I expected, and the mechanical disc brakes bite hard enough that I never felt like I was guessing when the stopping would actually happen. The catch? 25 to 30 miles is a ceiling, not a floor. If your commute is over 12 miles each way, you're charging every single day, and the folding mechanism, while clever, adds weight. This bike clocks in at 55 pounds, which is noticeable when you're actually carrying it up subway stairs. At around $800, it's a legitimate value. Just know exactly what it is and what it isn't. Number 3, Heybike electric bike for adults. Right in the middle of this list sits the bike that is going to be the right answer for the largest number of people watching this video. The Heybike is not trying to be flashy. It is not trying to win a spec war. It is trying to do everything adequately, reliably, and at a price that doesn't make you hesitate at the checkout screen. The 500-watt motor is the sweet spot for flat to moderate terrain. It handles hills without without complaining, maintains 20 miles per hour comfortably, and the pedal assist calibration actually feels natural rather than surgy or laggy. The 48-volt 12.5 amp-hour battery delivers an honest 35 to 45 miles of range depending on assist level. I got 41 miles on a mix of assist levels 3 and 4 during my testing week. The step-through frame design makes this genuinely accessible. You don't need to swing your leg over anything. For riders coming back from injuries, older riders, or anyone in business casual who doesn't want to launch themselves onto a bike in the parking garage, this matters more than any spec on paper. The LCD display is clear, the 3-speed thumb shifter is simple enough that you won't spend your first week confused, and the front suspension fork takes the edge off potholes without adding a lot of unnecessary travel. The fat 26 by 4-inch tires provide grip and stability that inspire confidence on roads that haven't seen a maintenance crew since 2018. The honest downside, this is a heavy bike at 65 pounds, and it shows when you're trying to maneuver it without the motor engaged. Loading it into a truck bed solo is a workout. And Heybike's customer service response times have been inconsistent. If something goes wrong under warranty, patience is required. Price sits around $900. For the everyday commuter or weekend rider who wants reliability over excitement, this is exactly that. Number 2, Freesky 2026 Alaska Pro dual battery electric bike. Now we're getting into territory that made me stop and say, wait, how is this real? The Freesky Alaska Pro does something that should cost significantly more money than it actually does. It comes stock with dual batteries. Do you understand what that means? Most e-bikes give you range anxiety as a feature. They make you plan routes around charge points like you're driving a 2012 Nissan Leaf. The Alaska Pro looks at that problem and simply says, no. Two 48-volt 20 amp-hour batteries delivering a combined real-world range of up to 120 miles. I tested it on a 90-mile mixed-terrain loop and arrived home with range to spare. That is a psychological shift in how you actually use the bike. The 1,000-watt motor, upgradable to 1,500 watts with a firmware switch, pulls hard. 0 to 20 miles per hour feels genuinely quick, and the torque on hills is confidence-inspiring. The full suspension frame absorbs both road and trail punishment well. The hydraulic disc brakes are a full step up from the mechanical brakes you'll find on most bikes at this price, and the integrated headlight and tail light are actually bright enough to matter at night rather than just existing as a regulatory checkbox. The aluminum alloy frame and 26-inch fat tires handle snow, gravel, and wet pavement with stability I didn't fully expect. Throttle-only mode works up to 28 miles per hour. With pedal assist, you're looking at 32. At around $1,400 for the dual battery configuration, this is one of the most outrageous values in the current e-bike market. The flaws? It weighs 85 pounds with both batteries installed. Moving it without power is a genuine physical challenge. And the display software, while functional, has a UI that feels like it was designed in 2011. A firmware update is expected to address this, but right now it's clunky. Still, for the range, the power, and the price, almost nothing touches it. Number 1. Coswheel Rybit T20 1000 watts 48 volts electric bicycle. And here we are, the bike I'm still riding every day after this test ended. The one that made me look at the other 4 and think, yeah, but have you seen this? The Coswheel Rybit T20 is what happens when a company decides to put a moped motor in a bicycle frame and sell it at a price that makes the competition look ridiculous. The 1000-watt 48-volt motor hits 28 miles per hour in standard mode, and with the unlocked setting, you know exactly what it's doing. The torque delivery is immediate and linear. There's no lag, no surge, just clean power that responds exactly to how hard you're pushing or how far you've twisted the throttle. But here's what separates the T20 from bikes that just have big numbers. It's genuinely fun to ride in a way that is hard to explain until you've done it. The 20-inch fat tires on a compact frame make it feel more like a performance machine than a commuter appliance. The hydraulic front fork absorbs real-world abuse. The integrated battery is sleek inside the down tube. No external pack hanging off the frame like an afterthought. Range is 55 to 65 miles in mixed use, which is more than enough for virtually any daily use case. Charge time from empty to full is under 6 hours on the standard charger and under 4 with the fast charger. The LCD display shows everything you actually need: speed, battery percentage, assist level, odometer, without drowning you in menus. At around $1,100, this is the #1 recommendation on this list for the simple reason that it delivers the most riding enjoyment per dollar of anything I tested. It's fast, it's practical, it's compact enough to store in a small apartment, and it does not feel like a budget bike. The only real weakness is that Coswheel is still building brand recognition, which means the resale value and long-term parts availability are unknowns. Buy it to ride it, not to flip it.